Google
I didn't know
is
you could
real.
miss the Howard side mission in Spider-Man 2. I didn't know that was a time thing.
Also, apparently, according to a lot of people I know, I am very Vulcan coded. I just started. Okay, I just started it.
Wow.
I was doing them because I didn't. In my first playthrough, I played the missions as they happened because I thought that's what Spider-Man would do. And then my second playthrough, I didn't care as much. And so then I went to go do the Howard mission. I went to go do the Harry mission first, and then I was gonna go do something with Howard. And then Howard, that mission is just gone now. I'm like, you just die?
No, it depends on what mission you do. Time progresses.
I didn't think it was gonna. I thought we'd have more time. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But he does die. I guess he's dead now.
Yes.
He died alone.
Yeah.
It's all your fault.
I don't think there should be story content, I guess, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, audience, I just started Star Trek. I'm only on the first 2 episodes of the original series, but so far it's been good. I've been enjoying myself.
Now this officially means the whole group here, audience, has a Star franchise that they're into.
No, we ain't watch Star Trek except for you, I guess, right? You watch Star Trek.
I don't watch Star Trek. I don't watch Star Wars, but one Star IP I'm into is Starship Troopers, so that counts.
I guess that is. I guess they're on the club. They are in the club.
Look, my friend.
In the back.
Shout out to my friend Billy, but he was the one to convince me to start watching Star Trek. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Keep in mind, I'm also watching the Legiverse stuff, which has Interstellar 5555 and like Captain Harlock and Galaxy Express 2. So this is 2 sci-fi franchises that I'm currently watching right now. So yeah, I'm also going to be a part of a Star Trek roleplay group with my friends later when I watch more episodes.
Well, I know there are some Star Trek coming out with, so
whoever said you're a Vulcan coded, you're going to choke them out. They lied here.
Romulan, you know what? Which personally, I think you're Romulan coded, which is semi-Vulcan coded. So
I have seen what they look like. I do know of their existence. I just haven't.
You're Vulcan coded just because they know you like 20 years.
But you get that as a Romulan, and you get to show your emotions more. Because Romulans don't care about that emotions holding back.
No, here's the thing. My character is going to be a Vulcan, regardless on how I present myself
right.
as a person. Because we do have like plot related things we plan on doing with that. Like my character is gonna be like left on Earth for XYZ reasons and meets a bunch of goth people. It's gonna be great.
Which reminds me, there's gonna be a Star Trek horror game where you play as a Vulcan and you have to try to make the logical decision in a scary environment. And that was like, but your choices matter type game. I actually do kind of want to play it if I could.
Wow.
Wait, is there an actual game like that?
Yeah, it's coming out. It's like they're making like 2 different games.
Do I have to watch you play another Star Trek game for like 3 to 4 hours again?
I would if I could get it. I think it's VR though. That's the only downside.
I would
I
actually be more interesting. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You know, it is. I'm interested in VR consoles. I just don't want to pay the money for them. I just
You have a VR headset?
No, I don't. But
that's okay. Me neither.
Yeah.
VR makes me nauseous. Okay, VR makes me nauseous.
They get a higher paying people to do it. But yeah, I held us back, so we should get started.
Nah. Okay. No, answer me this question, Jake. What would I be in the Star Trek universe?
I mean, to be fair, you could be humans are awesome in Star Trek. People who want to be the aliens of Star Trek are weird to me because the humans are the best part of Star Trek to me.
Look, okay.
Wow.
Okay, so I was asked who my favorite characters so far in Star Trek are, and I think it's obvious it's Spock and Uhura because that makes too much sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you mean like in the Calvin in the original timeline? No, the relationship doesn't make sense, but because they don't have one. But in the Calvin timeline, it makes sense because it's a different.
Okay, here's a more simplified question, Jake. What color shirt will I be wearing?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I still don't get the shirt colors because they change. My
friend Billy said I would be a red shirt, but honestly, I want to actually watch more of it to determine. Maybe I'll go BuzzFeed.
Going to die.
No.
Yeah.
I have a thing with the red shirt thing is that depends on what you're talking about. Like if you're red shirt in Kirk's era, you're probably gonna die. But red shirts in TNG, you're like in charge of
Okay.
shit. You
Okay,
run.
Kirk's era.
Every you die.
Okay, so yeah, red shirt you'll
doesn't
die.
die.
Yellow shirt is leadership. Blue shirt is medical and science.
But credit.
Yeah.
The reason the
Yeah.
shirt thing does not really matter is because once you leave Kirk's era, every show you watch will change the colors for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Doctor
Okay.
Who go from blue to yellow to green. They do not care.
Okay.
No.
Also, my character for the Star Trek RP that we're doing is gonna be the first officer is gonna be the first officer, and I think that's fun.
Gotcha.
That's all I gotta say.
Oh,
Anyways, let's get this show
yeah.
on the road.
Let's get this going. So anyway, welcome to Comic Fanatic Live, the news and reviews of the week, audience. You're here with me, Crypto Sequel 415, Starship Troopers, and Proud. Move on.
Jake.
What else, Jake?
Anyway, I guess it's my turn.
He was wearing his red shirt today.
Valley Ricky Wall here. I'm a farmer now, and that's what I'm doing. So
I'm Richter, also known as the Witch of Jotunheim, and it's not juice, it's deuce. It'll make sense later, trust.
Oh, okay. Look, we got a comment. And I'm Jake Tylenol, computer overheated. Yeah, we already know you were wearing your red shirt today. So, yeah. And together we are the Fanatics, and we talk about the news and reviews of the week, audience. And on our special Monday nights, we bring you the news. For tonight, we have some One Piece casting to talk about, some Captain America characters that just got cut off, maybe some Frankenstein discussion here and there, maybe a little twisted
we got
topics.
a couple of reviews for y'all tonight.
Oh, yeah. So join us as we talk about it tonight. And before we get to that, we have a thing called socials, don't we, Witch?
Yeah, we do. First of all, don't be lame like Star Wars people and subscribe to us. Subscribe to us, first of all. Second of all, follow us on Twitter at Comic Fanatic 69. You know, we post things sometimes. Mostly just twice a week, but shut up. Anyways, you can follow me on my Twitter at Witch of Jotun with an E instead of a U, because sometimes I talk about things. Most of the time, I just retweet things. Wink. Anyways, you can find me on TikTok and also Instagram at witch_of_Jotunheim. Has not changed. None of my socials have really changed. Tumblr and Blue Skies, North Star Aria. Ko-Fi is Witch of Jotunheim. And if you want to commission me, DM me on Instagram. Please DM me on Instagram. Maybe talk's okay too. Jake's computer overheated. We already know this. He was wearing the red shirt. Austin is chilling as a wall, you know.
Valley.
Yeah. And Crypt is in the same spot as always too.
Yep. But yeah, now that we got that out of the way, you guys want to get started?
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, let's go on to the first topic. Who wants to announce this one? I forgot. Oh, Jake is trying to make a comeback. The spirit of Miguel brought Jake back, apparently.
You know, Ace.
Anyway, so
Oh my god, okay.
okay. So One Piece casts Bon Clay and Ace. And all I gotta say about the Ace casting, you know, is boo. It should have been Robbie. Boo, boo.
Not a good casting because they just cast the dude because he's friends with the main dude. That's
I see him in the hair. I can see the hair.
No, he has that in the height. I don't think he can actually do the character based on what we see of his acting skills so far.
And he's not gonna have the body. I'm sorry, but Robbie has a better body for Ace than Cholo.
He's not gonna be shirtless with the tattoos and stuff. I don't see it.
Yeah. So I'm just like, boo, boo. Give Robbie some love, studios. Come on.
Me we never beat.
Oh man, yeah. A monkey is brothers with a beetle, audience. Wow. So yeah, Cholo is gonna be casted as Ace. Not liking it so far, but the one they casted for Bon Clay, I'm actually liking. Let's see, their name is Cole Escola. I mean, they're a member of the community, so of course they're going to want to cast appropriately for that. And if you know Bon Clay, he's really good. He's really a big friend with Luffy going forward. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of good gigs for them. I just hope they do their part and practice some of that crazy karate. Sorry, I still remember the Four Kids dub where they dubbed the Newcomer Kempo as crazy karate back in that time.
I'm more concerned with how much of the story they're actually going to keep.
Hmm.
Me and you already know. We saw season 1, so we saw how
Yeah.
much they changed that story to make everything kind of tie together.
Yeah,
And Bon Clay's story arc is kind of already like that. I want to say
yeah.
technically, everything's about Alabasta.
Yep.
So I'm worried about how much they're going to change because of how much time they have.
Ooh.
Not that Bon Clay. I guess it'll be hard to sell Bon Clay.
Hmm.
Everything leads to his big moment, regardless. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can see how they do it. To be honest,
Yeah, I do see what you mean because Bon Clay's role in the story won't. I mean, he won't pop up until like much later down the line in One Piece, But hey, the part he does bring up, the part he does play, is pivotal to Luffy's survival. I mean, they're best buds. They're bros.
in the show too early. Because if you go by actual story arc stuff they're doing, he's only showing up in literally the last 2 episodes, and I think it'll be kind of hard to make us do his full story arc and make people care how much they should care about Bon Clay once he does the thing at the end of the season.
Yeah.
If they get this season, for all we know.
Yeah. Oh man, this is why you have to make every single second of him count, and that's why I'm saying he'll win the audience over with his Nukama Kenpo. Audience, I'm serious when I say those swans you see in his back, he could detach them, put them on the tip of his toes, do a toe kick, and that's like a freaking rifle with the tips of those swans. Damn.
Well, I gotta say, my biggest problem also with the Ace casting,
Yeah.
is they keep just randomly casting people regardless of who their fucking dad is.
Oh yeah.
You don't know Luffy is a regular Brazilian man, but his dad's African black.
Yes. And
now we have where this guy's dad is the straightest white man you ever see with a mustache. Full Hispanic with it. I just think it's crazy how they keep trying to make everybody not look like their parents.
I know that. They just want the representation points there, which really, you don't really need to try that hard in One Piece. I mean, it's a very diverse world here, Just audience, just wait until you get to see Big Mom. Her whole mission in life is literally to have one person of every race in her family. I'm not even joking by that. Yeah. But it's all good. I hope they can make their performances shine. Sholo, I would suggest you get some pointers from your co-star Robbie, and work on that body because you're gonna need that, dude.
Yeah, you don't have to look impressive. You have to. We're going to fight Smoker that season. You have to be very impressive with Smoker. It's our first Logia situation.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big impression on people who aren't as well versed. So it's gotta be you gotta do that fight well, man. That's all I'm saying.
That's true. So, all right. One casting in this topic was thumbs up. The other, and to be determined, to thumbs down. So we'll see where that goes. Speaking of castings, man, when it comes to all these, I know they want to cast appropriately of the characters, right? When they eventually do Ivankov, there's this one fan casting I have in my head, man. An actual luchador, who pretty much looks like Ivankov. I don't know if it's a dream that'll never come true if they ever cast him, but if they ever look up Pipinella Escaleta, I would suggest you go look him up. He's pretty much Ivankov already. Let me just bring a picture of them.
McIntyre is filming for a film right now. I got to find out what it is.
Gotcha. No, let me bring up the picture. I got the picture of. You know,
Sure.
come on, tell me that's not Ivanka right there, huh?
How you gonna do the girl for him? Like, what do you do? Just can't bring in a woman?
Yeah, okay, that's we'll
Like,
get to it when we get to it.
how's that gonna go down, audience? I really wonder.
Well, Jake, Austin, you do realize that we're going to have to see the Ivanka's hormones power in action by turning somebody from a man to a woman. Literally, that's his first introduction to his power. So you are going to have to cast more than one actor in that scenario, you know. Yeah,
It's crazy.
but no, this is just a dream casting of mine, audience. You know, Pepinella Escaleta. He's a long-standing luchador, been in the business since the '80s. You know, so yeah. All right, then. That's pretty much it for this topic. We can move on to the next one. All right.
Mass Effect, more like Ass Effect. Am I right?
Whoa! Whoa!
Go ahead.
Anyway, Mass Effect's getting an original story. Okay, from Amazon. This is probably the best. You know, we have a friend who will be watching this show with great interest, and this is probably the best case scenario. For those of you who don't know, Mass Effect is an early 2000s franchise, or at least started in the early 2000s, and you play as Commander Shepard, who is your OC in this universe. You are the first human Spectre, which means you are like one of the best agents in the fucking galaxy. Okay, the trilogy of games follows you and a crew of, I want to say ragtag, but yeah, I would say ragtag fits them well. A ragtag or a group of soldiers and badasses and scientists on a mission to stop the evil Reapers. Well, they're not really evil, but the cold-hearted Reapers.
The guy who a lot of at the time.
Right. So, along the way, you make a lot of choices that have a mass effect on the galaxy.
God dang it, Jay. You proud of yourself?
I don't know how you do it.
Yeah.
You proud of yourself for saying that, Jake? For making that dad joke? Yeah.
Use it eventually.
Okay.
Yeah, so you know there was but the point is that game is so about you. It would be hard to make a store adaptation. It's like saying like someone wants to adapt your story, and I was like,
I to be honest, if you just stuck to a run, would it be the what's the Renegade or not pacifist?
the Paragon.
I think it would have been fine because really realistically, there's only 2, maybe 3 Renegade things people really will really love to be in the show, and it's usually doing stuff, you know, and hitting the report.
Right.
Well, you could do that, and it's still the Paragon type of good guy type thing.
There's a ongoing joke in the Mass Effect series where there's this reporter who's very in your face and trying to basically do tabloid journalism. And if you pick the Renegade option, you can punch her in the face mid-interview. And then you do that once. And then the third game, you try to punch her, but she dodges, and then you could punch her again. Then she just like knocks the fuck out. Like it's kind of funny. So,
Whoa. Okay, you think it's funny for a guy to hit a woman?
Well, you don't have to be a guy. Actually, in Mass Effect, you can be a girl. They thought about that, Krypton.
No. Okay.
Yeah, because they make the choices only those 2. You could did a run. What I would probably did was pick a run, and then in the credits, I'll play like the other options for those teams.
Yeah. I just think in a situation when you're trying to adapt like a video game like Mass Effect, it's going to be a tricky slope to follow because I think one of the fun parts about Mass Effect is so much of it is based on what the individual chooses a story to go to. You know, between the choices you personally have to make, between the people you choose to hook up with, this and that. You know, but when you're adapting,
they do treat the relationship thing as like there is a quote unquote canon relationship there.
A what? Oh, there is a canon? Which one?
I mean, if you really play the game, it should be Liara.
Yeah, if you really play the games, the best relationship option you have is what's her name? Say her name, Jake.
Liara Tassoni.
Yeah. And you do it correctly. Garrus, your partner, gets with I can't remember the other name either.
Tali.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You realize like with the lifespan of Liara's situation, your lifespan will be considered a summer fling,
They
right?
talk about it. They talk about it though.
But
Like,
that's the
Yeah.
thing, though. People want to Mass Effect 4. That's the whole thing, though.
no, but the way that the relationship moves throughout the series, it clearly is supposed to be Liara by the end of the
Yeah.
series.
Your
they
other
could-
from the first game's are racist.
yeah, unless you
Well,
want to date like a borderline member.
Get back.
personally, I go for the Tali relationship, but that's just me. So yeah,
I looked at her at first, but only because I was like, "Oh, Liara's not in this game."
Yeah, no. The moment I found out she can get with Garrett, I was like, I'd never seen that in a thing before. I had to let that happen.
That's a
That-
canon.
That feels canon to me.
now here's a question for you. You mean to tell me that Tali's only interested in Garrus because of a movie?
I don't know.
Listen, you weren't on that date. You don't know what happened.
No. You see, like, if you pick Tali as a romance option, right? In one of her cutscenes, she decides to show Shepard this basically her people's version of Titanic, right?
Right.
All the girls who grew up in her people all love this movie, and it's about one female from their race hooking up with somebody from Garrus's race.
Oh, okay, that might
So,
play into a little bit.
yeah, so is that really love in that case, Tally? Or
Well,
is
no,
that
it starts as a want.
Just to know him.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It starts as a want, and then they spend time together. She's like, actually, no, I do like this guy.
Okay. I'm just concerned if you're just looking at him as a fetish, that's just me, like
What are we doing with the story? Is it going to be pre-Shepherd, post-Shepherd, Andromeda Galaxy? Like, what are we doing?
Like the problem that
No, yeah, no. I just listen. I'm one of the people.
stuff you can mess up. That'll piss people off. You do pre-separate. You'll have to probably do the in between period after he died, between the two games, and then or you do like literally after the third game, and then set up the new galaxy. That'll lead to Mass Effect 4. Kind of like what Fallout.
And are you going to bring up the evil clone?
We already
They got
know.
five, so no.
I mean, it depends. Did we kill the clone? But if it's far enough, it doesn't matter. But we could have killed him.
He's dead.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this could go bad really easily. But
How dare you, as a fan of this video game franchise, have high standards for a movie adaptation, Jake, or a live action adaptation?
Out of all of the ones that could fuck up, this is the one that fucks up the easiest. Like, you can fuck Mass Effect up very easily. What?
I'll say that about Fallout. They're basically the same thing, but
that's true. That's true. Well, because Fallout doesn't have like a throughout main character. Fallout is built on just like a random in a wasteland tell a story, and then this one is like was based around.
We'll play that for sure.
Yeah, and so I feel like this one's like way more easy to because your whole legacy, if it's in the Shepherd post Shepherd, your whole legacy infects this galaxy. So like everybody, like you are the guy. You are Jesus Christ.
That's why I want them to. That's why I want to be post Shepherd, and then we just pick a ending, and then like you said, that will shape what the universe is. But it also will lead into 4 eventually if they do the canon thing like Fallout's doing. Because the whole point is everything has changed. We have to get Shepard back. We believe he might still be alive.
Right.
So it's like what's that show called? I think it's like Gossip Girl or Pretty Little Liars, one or two. Where like start the whole point of that story is that there's a person who you never really saw, who all you keep hearing about. They're kind of haunting the narrative. I kind of want that for Shepard.
Okay.
Where everywhere you go, a choice he made is affecting what you do. That's how big the situation was. Like, what if once people even still alive, did Shepard make that choice in the timeline? Who knows? When we find out, we'll get there.
Cryptid, and I don't know if you played Andromeda. That's one of the funniest bits to me. That the Krogans only went on the Andromeda mission because they were like, "Well, we're not going to cure the genophage, so maybe we can take like we can try to cure it in another galaxy, so that we can like isolate people away from it and kind of evolve out of it." But by the time they get to the Andromeda galaxy, Mass Effect 3 has happened. So
wow. Okay. It's a Rogue One of the Mass Effect series is what I'm hearing. So yeah.
Terrible.
I think the game is terrible
Gotcha.
at launch, most likely. But when I played Andromeda, it was okay. I actually had fun with it. So.
Big Paul's ugly face and said, "This is like
this peak, all right? This peak."
Gotcha.
So.
But anyway, yeah, let's just cross our fingers to this audience. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst. You know, as they say. But
we're hoping for a fall and not a halo."
That's true. But all right, then. I guess with that, we should move on to the next topic. Which its fandom is alive, audience. Alive.
He actually never says that in the movie.
World famous thing.
Yes. I'm putting down my iPad because I was working on a commission while doing this. I fucking love this movie. Guillermo del Toro has not fucking failed me yet. I'm just gonna be 100% real with you, okay?
Like
Nosferatu from last year, Frankenstein from this year. I am eating.
Okay.
Eating. Beautiful fucking movie. Love the costumes. Love the fucking set design. Love the plot. I mean, it was based off the book, so you know. But whatever. I fucking love this fucking movie, dude. It was so fucking worth it seeing it in theaters, and I can't believe they were gonna originally just dump it on Netflix and call it a day. No, this needs to be seen in theaters.
I know. You have Guillermo del Toro working for you on a project, so you might as well. So you gotta make the most of it, you know. So. So.
And you get to see Oscar Isaac ass.
There you go.
How many other movies can you say where you've seen that?
Well, now you can say one. You know,
as
far as I'm
aware.
aware.
And you see Bush. You see Bush and ass from this man. Okay.
There you go.
Shit. My only complaint is that the gore was a little too cartoony, but other than that, it was fine. I lived. I love this fucking movie. It was beautifully made. It was beautifully told. The sets, like I said, everything was amazing. Fucking love it.
I did like the scene where he was first giving his demonstration to all those other people in that audience, right? When he had like that half carcass giving it life, you know, and everybody's like freaked out. You know, you see the person's organs, but he still has a hand and a head, you know? Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Also, the scenes between the creature and also Elizabeth, Mia Goth's other character, because she played two characters in this movie. I loved it. Also, just all of her dresses. All of her fucking dresses were amazing, by the way. That fucking Malachite dress, peak. Okay, her wedding outfit, peak. Okay, peak. Everything about it, peak.
So tell us, like, what was the premise of this story? Because, you know, there have been so many different
adaptations. It's Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. I don't know what else to tell you. It's definitely not like the 30s movie. I can tell you that because they actually stick with the book. First, we start off with the ship in the Arctic, you know. Victor gets saved by some sailor people. And then when he's, like, recovering, quote-unquote, in the captain's room or whatever, he explains his story on how he got here, you know. He was chilling out with his mom, you know. His dad's kind of a piece of shit or whatever. And after his mom dies, after giving birth to his little brother. I don't remember if that was from the book as well, but it doesn't matter. Okay.
Yeah.
He basically becomes fascinated with the idea of life and death or whatever, and then over time he creates his own being, you know, the creature. Yeah. Unfortunately, guys, very few adaptations actually call the creature Adam, by the way, okay? Very few exceptions, but it's fine.
Gotcha. And there's also additional motivation for Victor Frankenstein here is because it kind of felt like he wanted to really stick it up to his dad, you know.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. I didn't really want to bring it up, but yeah, that was also part of his reasoning. And then after like he gets all the funding and everything and the literal placement to actually build the creature, which you can see in his poster, by the way. He makes the creature, you know, and we see like his life with this person that he made. I'm like, motherfucker, you have to treat him like a baby. He doesn't know any better, okay? Shit. You're
not
lacking
even a week
empathy.
old.
You need to raise a child. I know that he's like 7-8 feet tall, but still a child at this point, like a literal fucking baby.
not even a month old after all, you know?
Not even a month old. Probably a month old by the time Elizabeth and whatever the fuck his name was. Henry? What was his name? The brother's name? William?
William, I think that's what it was.
William? He does not really matter in my eyeballs, okay? He does not really matter.
Gotcha.
And so, Elizabeth and the monster, they bond and everything like that. And then Victor, in his right of minds, apparently, explodes the fucking the place that he was working on. Like he was working at, trying to kill the monster. But guess what, Bestie? The monster survives. Okay.
Big
And then
shocker.
after that, keep in mind Victor loses his leg, and everything like that. Not really all that important, but yeah. And so then we get to see the creature's perspective and everything, and it was basically him just trying to find his way in this new world that he doesn't really know. Everything, hides in a house, in like a farmhouse or whatever the hell. He witnesses a family living there. Then once they're gone, he bonds with the old blind man living there. He learns to read. He learns to feel. All that stuff. Every Frankenstein story has something related to that. Okay, and everything like that. And then over time, we see the creature going around, just trying to find Victor after he was chased out of this house after some wolves pulled up, as they do, cryptid.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so yeah, the creature made it his mission to find Victor, and he ends up finding Victor at William and Elizabeth's wedding,
Ooh.
and all he wants is someone to hang out with him. He is lonely, dude. And Victor's like, no, what, no, fuck you. And he's like, and the creature's like, okay then, well, I'm gonna fuck you over because you fucked me over. I didn't ask to be born. I didn't ask for this shit. Basically he does get to reunite with Elizabeth, which was nice. I liked that. I liked their scenes together. It was very sweet. You could definitely tell there was like a bit of a spark maybe blooming between them, but it's fine. Yeah, unfortunately, in his delusions, Victor, spoiler alert, does kill Elizabeth. And then in the monster's rage, William dies as well. And so basically the monster takes Elizabeth out of the family home, where Victor and William grew up in for a little bit, and basically not did a burial per se, but just like put her in a place where she can peacefully rest. And I just want to talk about the costuming real quick, okay? Let me fanboy about this, okay? So Mia Goth's dress for the wedding specifically, okay? Like her first dress when she was the mom, I forgot the mom's name, was a beautiful red, by the way, which makes sense. If you know, you know. Symbolism. But the malachite dress eats. The blue dress eats and was a great contrast to her other character's red, It was kind of like a rebirth situation, but not really. And then also, her wedding dress was definitely a callback to The Bride, which I know is definitely a movie thing, not a book thing, but it does not matter. It's fine. But like, the costumes eat. This is a Guillermo del Toro movie. You think the costumes weren't gonna eat? They were gonna eat.
Exactly.
Eat it out. Anyways, so basically, Victor meets up with the creature to try to kill him because he is crazy. So basically, he's just like the creature like fucks off for a bit, but then is like, I'm going to come find you. Do not test my patience. You made me who I am. Trust. And so that's where it leads us back to the Arctic and everything like that. And after the creature gives his story to the captain, he does reconcile with his maker, and then and Victor dies. And so then basically the creature leaves the ship, helps the sailors go back home or whatever the fuck, and then it's just a shot of him looking at the sunset, And I'm just saying, If I had a
And
nickel for every time if I found a Frankenstein's monster attractive, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's the gist of the movie. I didn't really get too plot deep into it. But yeah, it was a really good movie. I love the movie so much. Anyways, anything else? Anyone wants to say anything?
I'm sure Austin and Jake have some input on it because they watched it.
I thought
yeah,
Frankenstein.
you summed everything up, to be honest.
Okay, cool.
Oh, okay.
I,
Jake?
I didn't.
That was hilarious.
I wish they kept the stupid ass metal in his head, though. I won't lie.
The bolts.
I like the design. I know a lot of people don't like it. I liked it because it gave better reason for the lightning to focus in on the brain to wake him back up and stuff. But the design they chose for everything was it was good.
Also, I love the
I
set
thought he
design
looked like this was
of
both the
Victor's
time.
workspace when he was creating them.
Yeah, that was nice too.
I like how dingy and gross it is at the same time. It really fits.
Yeah, it really Del Toro pretty much mastered the gothic type of horror type of look. He's been doing this since Hellboy really. So everything about it I thought was great. I thought the way he adapted it and then eventually, add his own little stuff in there worked out well. Like Wish said, we never really had a real adaptation of the books before this. Well, a full adaptation. So if you want to, like you said, you like Frankenstein or not anything about the idea, watch this movie. See how it this movie. I see how
Also,
this monster, this
coffin
idea
design-
is
The
inspired like
coffin
most
designs
people.
eat too, by the way. There's a coffin, it eats.
Oh, damn, really?
Like the coffin that was used for Victor's parents because they had similar looking coffins. Fucking eats, dude. It looks amazing, by the way. It kind of looks like how do I put this in a
They want to see the coffin, they can watch the film. All right.
Yeah, go watch the fucking film.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, dog.
Like Guillermo
They
del
got-
Toro and Robert Eggers have not failed me in the gothic department. That's all I have to say.
What did you say?
Yeah, I think
Huh?
Jake.
I hated this movie.
Oh.
Elaborate.
No, that's it.
Elaborate.
That's all.
No, elaborate. I want to know why you didn't like it.
Okay.
No, I'm just fucking with you. I don't really.
What the fuck is that?
I to be honest with you,
I would've been
I
wrong.
got through the first half. I think I found the first half interesting, and then I had something to do and take care of. So while Austin and Tony were watching it, I was not watching it with them. Well, I was trying to keep up with it, but what I was dealing with was just too distracting, so I couldn't do both. Whatever.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Are you gonna watch finish watching it later?
At some point. I did like all the Victor Frankenstein. I like the Victor Frankenstein story. I thought that was pretty interesting though. I did like that.
Yeah, you got Oscar Isaac, Bush, and Ass. So if anyone's a simp for Oscar Isaac, there you go. You have a reason to watch the fucking movie, even though it's for like 0.5 seconds.
You don't watch the clip. Don't watch the whole movie for that.
Yeah, you can find clips on Twitter.
I don't even want to sit there like, when's the ass? When's the ass come? When the ass come? The whole goddamn film. Just
Also, if you just want to see Jacob Elordi as the creature, you can go watch this fucking movie, dude. I'm just saying he looks amazing.
He looked like Nicholas Hoult the whole time to me.
Also, what I liked about his costume is that he had one white streak of hair, which could also be a reference to The Bride, which I fucked with.
Well, this movie, I think, gives the best justification for a Bride if they're going to do that.
Yeah.
Because once you make him immortal, it's like he does kind of need something to hold on to, or he will just end up just being some type of monster. So, idea of The Bride here probably would have been the best fit for that sequel thing, but I'm glad they did not do it. I wouldn't have minded it, but I'm glad they didn't do it.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need The Bride per se. We had enough alludes to it.
I thought they were going to turn that girl like you were talking about into The Bride. I really did. He came there for I need a woman to spend my life with, and then she died. I was like, oh no.
Oh.
It was so good. It was such an
Mhm.
amazing movie, dude.
Gotcha. Well,
I recommend it.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Go
recommend
Definitely.
watch this and Nosferatu. Robert Eggers' Nosferatu.
I
Beautiful.
I don't want y'all to wait until the Oscars come out. Y'all think, oh, he got nominated. Watch it now.
Watch it now, and you'll understand if it gets nominated. Okay, it needs at least best
Definitely
set
get
design,
nominated at least for set. Yeah, for
set
actual
costumes, and
clothes
maybe
or set.
cinematography.
Yeah.
It needs
Mhm.
those 3 nominations, and I'll be okay.
Mhm.
Because I know Nosferatu got a Oscar nomination, even though it didn't win.
Mhm.
I was content. Go watch
Got
this fucking movie, or else I'm coming after you.
it. And I'm going to use you as my own Frankenstein or something like that. So, all right. Well,
And go
anyway,
read Christopher Chaos too. Fuck it. I got
there you
enough
go.
people on
More
Twitter to start
advertising.
reading it because of me and this movie.
There you go. Anyway, alright then, audience. I guess with that, we should move on to the next topic. And what do you know? This is another witch topic,
Okay,
audience.
can I finish chewing my rice and then drink my? Hold on, let me finish chewing my rice for 2 seconds. No,
Gotcha.
I
I
wasn't
mean,
able to talk about this last
I
week
mean, yeah.
for
I mean,
reasons.
if you want witch, you could take a break and we could talk about the next topic if you
No,
want.
no, no, I'm almost done. Hold on.
Okay, okay.
Okay, we're doing this. I'm talking about the first 2 episodes of the Twisted Wonderland anime.
Yeah.
So the gist is, you see the guy with the brown hair hanging out with the guy with the red hair up top.
Yeah.
Okay, his name is Yukin, and he was like a part of a kendo. I think that was the sport in question. He was a part of a kendo club, and he was like helping his crew, his like other teammates practice for a tournament that was happening the next day. Okay, and
Mhm.
so Truck-kun got replaced with Carriage-kun in this case, and Yukin gets isekai'd into the world of Twisted Wonderland. It's called Twisted Wonderland, by the way. Pretty self-explanatory.
Okay.
And he's
Yep.
transported
Yep.
in the middle of the orientation ceremony type thing, okay? And everyone's like, what the fuck? Like, who the fuck are you? And then Crowley, voiced by J. Michael Tatum, if anyone was curious, he's like, I can't believe you don't want to fucking blow up to the school. Like, what the hell? And so Yukin's like, I don't have any magical abilities. What the hell are you talking about, you bird bitch? He doesn't actually say that, but if you've seen Crowley, you would understand.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
and so this cat motherfucker named Grim, right? He pulls up and he's like, hey, if this kid don't want it, I'll take his place. Like, look at this cool thing I can fucking do, And he basically starts setting the whole place on fire, the whole room on fire. We do get to meet most of the cast minus 2, but we do get to see one of them later. We don't see Ortho or Malleus at the ceremony. Sad day for Ortho fans. We haven't seen him yet, guys. But one day we will.
Yeah.
And so, hilarity ensues and everything like that. We get to see everyone's voices pull up, Unfortunately, all my Idia stands, he is an iPad right now. We don't get to see Idia in full until way later, okay? This guy just wants to hang out in his room and play video games, okay? How are you based off Hades, dude? How are you the fuck based off Hades? It's the hair, isn't it? Anyways, fuck it, we ball. So yeah, hilarity ensues, and that's basically... So basically, it ends with Riddle pissed the fuck off, as you do, because he's all about the traditions and the rules. Trust, we will get to the rules later, and basically uses his special ability, which is called Off with Your Head, right? And it doesn't actually make you lose your head, by the way. It just basically puts a power. It's basically like a magic dampening collar, but it looks prettier. Basically, you can't use magic while you have it on. So.
Wow, a power restraining collar. Okay.
Yeah, but with magic, because no one has like superhero abilities here,
Okay. Just...
They wasn't going to use magic anyway.
Yeah, it's kind of like the mutant dampening thing, but with magic.
Okay.
Yeah, and so basically that's where the first episode ends. Very gistly, and we do get like little after credit scenes, kind of after the ending plays, which is the Heartslabule dorm song Obedience, and we finally can have that song on Spotify. By the way, audience, if each season comes out per year I'm gonna be almost 30 or about to be 30 by the time we get book 7 animated.
Wow.
Just letting y'all know because we're about to head into book 8. Book 8.
Wow.
We just
Wow.
finished book 7, and that was the most stressful thing I ever seen in my life, and I haven't even played it yet. Anyways,
Yeah.
not important. So basically, we get a little vignette, with all the dorm leaders minus Malleus, where it's the day before the ceremony, and it's the dorm leaders and Crowley preparing, for the ceremony and everything like that, you know. And so they're like, "Wait, where'd Malleus go? Like, I thought someone invited him, you know." And Leona leaves, you know, because it's Leona. And so basically, it ends with Malleus being like, "I feel like I'm forgetting something," you know. And that's where the episode 1 ends. Episode 2, you know, it starts off, you know, as a recap episode, you know. And so Crowley is like, you know, since you don't have any magical abilities and you can't really leave at the same time, you can stay in this fucking abandoned dorm house thingy that we have. It's called Ramshackle, if anyone was curious. We'll get to that later. Okay?
Okay.
And so basically he's like, you could stay here for now, but as you don't have money, basically, since you're not a student either, you can basically be our groundskeeper. So basically, you can become the janitor.
Oh, dang.
Basically, just anything kind of work for me.
Yeah, you can't just work for free. Like, you can't just live here for free, you know? But basically, you can also learn that there are ghosts living in this house, you know, in the Ramshackle. But don't worry, they're chill ghosts for the most part. They try to scare Yukin, but he's not really all that phased, you know. He's like, "Oh, cool, besties, you know, housemates, yay!" You know, and they're like, "Oh, okay, well, he seems cool," and everything. He hasn't had the time to clean his own house, by the way. He has, you know, he's tired, he eepy, and so basically, you know, he just rests up after a very interesting day. And the ghosts hang out with him. They're sleeping on the ceiling because, you know, they're ghosts. They can do whatever they want. And so we start off. Okay, we start off after he wakes up, basically in the main square, like the main road to get to the school, you know. Keep in mind, he has to walk from Ramshackle to the fucking not the dormitories, the fucking school itself, which is a pretty far fucking walk. If you've seen the map from the game, it's a pretty long walk. And he has to clean this shit? Anyways, besides the point. Oh. Basically, he's ready to, like, clean these statues or whatever of the Big Seven, you know, which is basically the Queen of Hearts, Scar, Ursula, the Jafar, the Evil Queen, Hades, and also fucking Maleficent, you know. And he's just like, okay, I don't know who the fuck these people are. And we get fully introduced to Ace and Deuce, you know. And they're little fuckers, you know, especially Ace, because he's like the master rage baiter over here and everything like that. And they basically explain who they are, you know, and everything like that. They did not want to animate new scenes for the introduction of all these villains. So they just used scenes from their respective movies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, valid. I mean, save some fucking money, you know. Anyways.
Yeah.
So basically, Grimm pulls up, you know, he's doing Grimm things, and he accidentally chars the Queen of Hearts statue, by the way. And so Crawley pulls up, and he's like, "You three are expelled." And obviously, Deuce is crashing out. Ace is like, "What the fuck?" And then Yukin's like, "I'm not even a fucking student here, dude." You know, keep me on. Yeah, Grimm was doing his thing, and before he charred it, he was trying to fuck with Ace and Deuce, and they were like, "What the fuck, dude? What the fuck?" Unfortunately, Deuce didn't get to do his cauldron trick that he has. That's like his thing he can do. One of his things. I don't remember if that was like his main ability, but that's definitely an ability he has, okay? I don't remember his special spell, okay? I forgot what it was called, but not important. Anyway, so yeah, they are getting expelled, and then Deuce goes to Crowley. He's like, "Is there anything I can do? You know, anything we can do to not get expelled? Like, I need this, you know." And so Crowley's like, well, I'm ever so kind, but there is a thing that I need you to do. So you know the chandelier in the dining hall? Well, it's starting to lose its flicker. So I need you guys to go to this fucking cave and get this special thing that I need to reinstate, to like remagify it, you know? And by the way, and to anyone who's wondering why I'm not using the full-on terms, it's because this is Twisted Wonderland for dummies, okay? And also, I
Gotcha.
don't even remember half these fucking names, okay? Anyways,
Gotcha.
so basically, those three are going to this cave at night for some reason. And so then basically at the same time, Crawley is talking to Riddle, who is the house warden of Hartselbeal, by the way. Basically explained what happened and everything. And so Riddle is like, okay, don't worry, I'll deal with them. And so he leaves the office and he was like, these motherfuckers' heads will fucking roll. By the way,
Oh,
if you're
wow.
wondering what who the 5 on the bottom is, the one that looks like a cat is Grim. The one with the orange hair in the front is Ace. Then the blue-haired one is Deuce. Then the one with the stupid-ass hat is Trey. And the one in the way back is Cater. We'll meet
Aw.
Trey. We have met Trey and Cater in the first episode, but we'll fully meet them later, okay?
Got
So
it.
basically, Riddle doing, like, basically leaving Crawley's office was the end of the, well, was partially the end of the episode. We do hear loud groans in the cave, by the way. So that's where the episode itself ends, and then after the ending, we do get another little vignette of all the first years, and like them getting into their room. So you have Ace and Deuce, like, because since they're first years, they do have to share a room, Then we get Jack, who is like, oh, my dumbbells haven't pulled up yet. I have to keep doing my workout though, And he's like lifting his bed and everything because he's a strong boy. I don't know who he's supposed to be based off of, but he's a strong boy, Then we get Apple. He's like,
Yeah.
God damn it, Bill, I'm gonna have your fucking head for pinching my chin this much. Now come on, you're in Palm Fiore, dude. You're a country boy in Palm Fiore. You'll live, okay? Palm Fiore's not that bad. Anyway,
Yeah.
so it's like, keep in mind, he comes from an apple farm, so he's like going through his boxes of apples that his family sent, and he finds some appy juice, and he chugs that shit, and he's like, I feel 10 times better. We also do get to see my baby boy Sebek. Okay, they can never make me hate you, Sebek. I liked you
Aw.
before book 7. Okay?
Aw.
They can make me hate you, Savage. Don't worry.
He can be kind of a lot to most people, but I like him. So basically, he was like trying to figure out where to put his Malleus poster. His framed Malleus portrait. Don't worry, he finds a place. And then it cuts to Malleus again, being like, something's up. That's basically how the last 2 vignettes ended. And basically, that was the first 2 episodes of the Twisted Wonderland anime, very briefly by me. So, any questions?
No, it sounds like a decent show at the very least.
Yeah,
think,
it is
like-
based off the manga, which the manga is based off the game. I
Do
need
you
my
know-
cold drink.
Do you know if it's going to be seasonal or not?
I'm not 100% sure if it's going to be seasonal. Each episode comes out once a week. But I know that we're on the Scarabia manga right now, and so basically that's book 4 in the game. So we do have 2 other mangas we have. We're not going to see Yukin forever, unfortunately. So we do have other Yu protagonists. So maybe, possibly, potentially, I don't know yet. But that's basically it. Go watch it if you're interested, and know, to anyone who was curious, Kaleem is not based off Iago. He's based off the Sultan in Avatar, and no, it's not a dating sim. That's all I have to say.
Gotcha.
Anyways, that's all from me.
Gotcha. Alrighty then. Well, I guess with that, audience, we're done the media news. Now we're going on to the comic news. Oh boy, mixed feelings about this one. So, audience, the United Captains get scrapped to make room for Shield's return. I don't know if anybody remembers. We had the arc after the first arc of Captain America by Chip Zdarsky, right? It was going to be like the fallout of One World Under Doom, where you have like a bunch of national heroes from across the world that are going to come in and kind of help, but also help themselves to taking some of the resources in Liberia. And you had like Captain China, Captain France, Captain Kingdom, this and that. Yeah, well, they're now gone, and I'm upset about that because they had some really really cool designs too.
I
Captain
don't,
France. Go
I
ahead,
don't,
Austin.
I don't understand why erase them completely. Just postpone them. You know what I mean? You don't have to get rid of them like they're saying they did.
Yeah, it's just too many characters at once. Because like Austin, when I first heard this news, right? I said to myself, like, okay, wait, because they're also introducing a whole bunch of new characters from Shield side. Let me bring them up. This is Shield audience. It's going to be led by Nick Fury, and these are going to be the replacements.
Don't get on the name.
Junior, yeah. I'm calling him Sam Jackson. Screw it, man. He doesn't deserve the Nick or the Fury. Um,
People don't
yeah.
know this. Not the Ultimate Universe Nick Fury. That guy is good. Nick Fury Jr. from 616 is terrible. He is the worst leader of Shield. I'll take Maria Hill over him. Maria Hill is
He sucked. Actually, yeah. I mean, Maria Hill has more leverage than Junior ever had. Like if I see Junior and Captain America stand side by side, I don't see them as equals at all, man. Like you're just trying to fill in the shoes that your dad left behind. So, and right now, Junior looks more like Samuel L. Jackson than he ever has before. Let me give you a more.
Ultimate Jackson somehow.
No, look at that. Look at that, Austin. Come on, like the hat, the beard, and like now he's trying to. I guess they're trying to modernize him by giving him glasses where one side of the lens is blackened. So I guess give him a modern look. Edgy, right, audience? Man, I swear, for all the people complaining about MCU synergy making their way in the comics, I hope Nick Jr. here is one of your complaints. Like, so that's just from my perspective. But yeah, let me go back to the picture. So, okay, the characters we're getting for this new adaptation of Shield, right? It's gonna be Castlemore. He's the gray and yellow one on the top right. Then you have Ramos, who's the one in the bottom left, and you're going to have Tambling, the one on the bottom right, and they look lame.
Yeah.
Why
did they steal the Power Rangers?
Power Rangers! Jesus Christ, I didn't even realize that. Yeah, Power Rangers.
Like, why is Nick Fury of all people color coding his agents?
Yeah, it's just
Power
weird.
Rangers Shield Force.
It's funny you should bring that up, Jake, because they're going to do something different with this version of Shield apparently. And yes, they decided to keep that Red Widow from the first roster, right? But I think that's kind of a cheat because Red Widow was already an existing character, So yeah, this was just lame and sad news. But the primary reason they're doing this for storyline reasons because this is going to have to lead up to that Armageddon Assembled events, which
you don't have to. I was like, it's just weird because they actually said we're getting rid of them. Like they don't exist anymore. Just ignore that it happened. Well, you don't have to do that. You can just put them on the back burner or just say you're postponing that storyline till later. Like rework it. It's fine. Why you get rid of them?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen an example of this ever happening in comics where you introduced like a whole roster of superheroes only to just cancel them.
I'm sure it's happened.
The closest I could think of is the new Warriors, but that was a special case.
But they weren't in a comic first. They were. So
yeah, I mean that was its own specific circumstances for why we didn't see the new Warriors because hey, COVID, the pandemic happened and they had time to reevaluate certain things and but yeah, another thing that I'm kind of like a little bit upset about is because like you guys know I've been really, really hoping and pushing for Chip Zdarsky to, be on a Captain America book, right?
Yep.
But now it just kind of seems weird that yes, he's on a Captain America book, but he's also forced to like have his book be influenced by all the events going on in Marvel. I mean, I'll
Well, to be
give.
fair, Armageddon is his event.
Well, I don't think that was look. I think it was Marvel editorials who were like, okay, we need Chip Zdarsky. We need you to do the next big event in the following summer, because you cannot tell me that Chip Zdarsky came into Captain America and said, you know what, I want to write a story that'll deal with the
Well,
aftermaths of the Ultimate Universe. Those six origin boxes, because that's what Armageddon is going to be about.
to be fair, remember he was originally supposed to be the main writer for that after
Oh,
uh, after the Hickman, and then he turned it down. He was going to do Spider-Man and something else. So it is
okay,
possible that he was supposed to like handle, it coming to the main universe. I think
gotcha.
it's more like I
But
think I
but
think he wrote
honest,
the story and then they forced him to add Shield and some other stuff because of some
yeah.
outside source.
Yeah, because obviously, like this wasn't the original plan. Because again, you pushed away those United Captains, to make
Yeah.
room for this version. So yeah, I'm really iffy on this subject matter. And also another thing I kind of have to bring up. This might be the conspiracy theory mindset of me going into this. But all right, so after One World Winter Doom, like the original premise was that like a bunch of countries are going to try helping Latveria, but at the same time, taking some resources from that country. So now that
Yeah.
that's all been scrapped, now that that's all been scrapped, you're telling me America is going to be the only one who's going to be taking resources from Latveria now? Um, really?
Y'all
That's a
wanna see average American soldiers with guns and magic and science. Okay, I'm be honest with you.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know if they had cold feet about, like, I don't know, like slaying like that Captain China one coming in and wanted to take resources from Latveria, and they're like, okay, well, no, we can't do that with any other country, but America, we could do that. We could portray that. Like, okay. Again, this is just a conspiracy theory of my mind, audience. Give me a break. Marvel has made me think of the of the worst circumstances to go with in the Captain America story. So yeah. Um, really. So yeah, audience, we get the official Shield coming back. How do you all feel?
And Shield's been back too. They just been asked. They know what I'm saying. They never do Shield good anymore.
Yeah. Even the headline of this cover, right? It's that first image I showed you here, but the tagline is, "What does it stand for?" So obviously they're going to be
It stands for
reinventing.
me being cool. Just kidding.
Gotcha. And yeah, to add another nail in the coffin, the picture you see on the right, audience, that was the original cover for issue number 6. That's scrapped, and now you see that they reworked it to the one in the left with the new Shield characters. You know, so
I feel like if they're doing this, really, we should probably make Sword, Shield, and all that into one thing again, and not just two, three random separate things. Because people know we have Sword, we have Shield, we have Wand with the magic version without an acronym, and we have something else. And I don't know what it is.
Hammer. They tried to
No,
make it
Hammer
another
was
thing.
the Oscorp thing. That was just a rework of Shield, and not the official thing.
I don't even think they came up with an acronym for that. Like, no,
They did.
literally, Norman Osborn was telling, what's her name, Victoria, that okay, we're gonna call our team, we're gonna call our division Hammer. It's gonna be your job to make up what it stands for. So, and she never did, audience. Headquarters, artillery, mechanical, maintenance, enforcement, region. Okay, I did a better job than what Victoria did. So yeah, there you go. Alrighty. But again, I still have to trust in Chip that he'll make this all make sense. So oh man, I was really looking forward to those captains too. Like it made sense that like if you're talking about uh each country bringing in their own version of Captain America, then it makes sense that they will all be from a militaristic background. So yeah, yeah. Lame Shield, lame leader, lame director. I'm seeing red flags here, audience, is what I'm saying. So yeah, yeah. All right then. You guys have any final thoughts on this before we move on?
Not really. I couldn't care less about Shield.
Yeah, gotcha. All right then. I guess with that, let's move on to the next one. Jake.
Yes. You know what? Special shout out to Toa Tahu, bro. This has been his arc. All right. I'm gonna give him a little round of applause.
There you go.
So we are back with the battle for power, part 2. This is the battle for the swamps, and this sees Tahu, Gali, and Anua versus the Brotherhood of Makuta, or at least 3 members of it. So you guys remember that guy who was talking about his power was that he brings people from back in time to fight you?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have an update on his powers, and now I'm thinking these powers are actually kind of like I would never use this. This is such a risk. He says that the clones that he brings from the past sustain damage when they go back in time.
So, like the way time traveling used to work in media, right?
So if he brought so he says he gets angry because sometimes he like wakes up and he just has scars on his body. Like, where the fuck did this come from? So it's like this is ass. So like, if you,
Jake, I gotta be honest, I kind of missed it when the rules of time traveling were based on that, as opposed to like making an alternate timeline or an alternate universe.
No, I understand.
Now doesn't make sense.
Say again, Austin.
He just misses the nostalgia of it.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think I think this power is kind of wonk. I mean, it does have a limit. I just think that like I don't think it's a narrative problem. I just think that like I would never use this. This seems like such a risk. If I go up against the wrong person and he actually kills one of my clones from the past, I'm dead, right? That's what that implies.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. Anyway, we also have some huge revelations too. This is a major plot twist in the whole one of the major plot twists of this arc that has been revealed. I've been talking about the Boracal for quite a while, and the Borak I have mentioned since their first arc are one of my favorite Bionicle antagonists. I like how they're the anti-Lego units. Okay, Legos represent building and creativity, and Boraks are literally there to destroy your creations. That is what they do. They tear down your shit. We find out actually, and this actually makes a lot of sense, and it was set up in the original book. But we find out that the plot twist is that Borak are actually Bionicles too. We thought they were machines; they were just soulless machines. We actually find out that Borak are Matoran who were turned into Borak. For purposes that were not quite clear, but the Toa Nuva wind up seeing this, and they're like, wait, what the fuck? This is crazy. So for some reason, now we know that like the Borak have an intentional design. They're supposed to be here. They're supposed to do the job. They're not evil. They're just like a force of nature. They're Galactus. So there you go.
Okay.
So that more on that later. We'll figure out exactly what their true purpose is as time goes on and why they're made the way they are. But for now, that's another revelation. The final part of this battle. Last time we left off, Tahu had realized that they were falling. His team was falling to a trap by the Makuta, and has used his wiser instincts to play a counter trap. His move is to find out where they were going to ambush them and then kind of bum rush them and get as many of the Makuta down as they can. If they can do that, they can clean shop. The Makuta are just too strong for them. It doesn't really matter how skilled and mature the Toa have become at this point. One of those Makuta could probably take out the 3 of them if they're not careful. It would probably take all 6 Toa to just beat one of them, it seems like. So
okay.
So Tahu's plan is we bum rush them, catch them off guard, and we're quick about it. We might be able to take at least like a couple of them down. And then if we can just narrow it down to one of them, maybe we have a chance. That's what he's doing. The plan works at first. But the Makuta are quick to adapt because you got to remember these people have been fighting longer than the Toa have. So They know their way around the block. They've been fighting more Toa than the Toa Nuva have, so they've been knowing their way about the block. Things are going okay-ish. Nobody's losing, but nobody's winning. The Toa have to think on their feet and use their powers in creative ways. Tahu has come up with a new way of using the Toa Nuva powers, based off Pohatu's. When back on Matanui, Pohatu taught the island. Pohatu taught him this ability that he learned where he can detonate rocks from a distance. And Tahu came up with the idea of maybe incorporating that into himself. Like, what if I could do that with my fire? So now he's learned to make mines out of fire, like explosive mines out of his own fire. So he can shoot a little fireball there and control when it combusts.
That's not what you described. I want you to do that.
What did I
When you described it, what if I do that into myself? Oh, this dude's about to blow himself up.
No. Okay, my bad. No, I mean, like, he would shoot like a little, like think of like a key ball detonation from Dragon Ball, basically. The book is the Great Farshti kind of speaks through Tahu, where he's like, I don't know, where he's like, I'm not sure if this is the Toa Nuva's ability, or this is something that every Toa can do, but it's something the Toa Nuva can do now. So Great Farshti is basically saying, I don't know if every Toa can do this, but we're just gonna say the Toa Nuva has this ability. And so the Toa are doing their thing and they're struggling, and Toa Tahu is fighting, I think it's like Krika. And Krika's like, listen, it was a good game, but you're gonna give up. And he's like, well, why would I do that? He's like, because I'm gonna blow up this Cortex right here. And we don't know what's inside of it. Me or you, none of us do that. Know what's inside of it. But we do know whatever's in it is the key to saving the universe. And do you really want to be the guy who destroyed the universe? Yeah. So Tahu thinks about it, and he's like, damn, like back in the day, I might have given up. Back in the day, I might have crashed out and tried something. I might have tried to fight this guy and get killed. Back in the day, I might have listened to him, but that's not today. I'm a different man today. I have grown in the year I've been a leader. And so he's like, bullshit, you're not doing it. He's like, what?
When you admit that try something is bad.
Right. So he's like, bullshit, you're not gonna do it. And he's like, what do you mean I'm not gonna do it? Because if you would have done it, you would have done it already. So, well, how do you figure that? He's like, well, because clearly you don't know what's in there. You want what's in there. And I'm willing to bet that based off our interactions in the past, it seems like you want us to open it for you. So, like, you're not going to do it. He's like, you sure about that? He's like, yeah. He's like, fuck, you got me. All right, GG. I wasn't going to do it. But I do like, but you know what? It's still over. It doesn't matter anyway because it's over anyway. Turn around. He's like, I'm not doing that. I know that stupid trick. He's like, no. I'm actually telling the truth. Like, turn the fuck around. He turns around. The Toa, the Makuta have received reinforcements from the Battle of the Skies. The Makuta that Liwa's team is fighting has rejoined to fight Tahu's team. So now it's 6 Makuta versus 3 Toa. And Tahu's like, fall on me. And everybody and Gali and Anua are on his side. He's like, listen, we're cooked. We're not gonna win this fight. I got nothing. So we're just gonna take down as many as we can, all right? And they're like, yeah, I bet. All right, that sounds good. But then Liwa and Pohatu and Kopaka show up, and you find out that the Makuta were trying to play a mind game. They were trying to make Tahu believe that they were coming to assist their brothers, but really they were retreating from Liwa and them. So so now it's the full team Tahu. Toa Nuva versus the team Makuta, and that's how part 2 kind of ends. I liked this book a lot. I really like how it showed how much Tahu has grown, and I think the interlude showing his past self and the team's past interactions when they hated each other was a really good contrast to like what they are now. They are a unit. They are a team. They are effective. And maybe they still don't agree with all their plans all the time, but they're not going to waste time arguing about it too much. So I think in terms of like growth, I think this team has grown the most out of all the Toa teams I've seen. Still like Toa Metru a little bit better, but the Team Nuba has really grown on me. As a kid, I was not a huge fan of Team Nuba. I thought they were okay. Now I'm like, okay, I see why you guys are the main characters. I get it now. I see it. But guys, next time we're doing something a little bit different, okay? I know I talked about the multiverse adventure and that's coming, right? But first, we're doing a Suicide Squad adventure.
Yeah, okay.
Task Force
Oh,
S.
those guys.
The-
Those guys again.
The villains of the Bionicle universe are gonna team up on a big mission to do something. I don't know what it is yet. But that's what they're gonna do.
That's right.
Mhm.
The auto Paraka
Actually,
is here.
some of the Paraka are on this team. So there you go.
Obviously.
So I know we have Brutaka coming back. Let me get this roster real quick. I had it pulled up a second ago. But we had Brutaka's coming back. We have Lazarak. Lariska? Lariska? I don't remember this character. But we have Rudaka, Bizon, Karapar, Takadox, and Prydoc. And together, these guys are gonna save the goddamn world, or not. I don't know what the mission is.
Okay, so are they villains if they have save the world under their notch, Jake?
I don't know if they're
No?
saving the world. I just know they just said the synopsis says they're on a secret mission.
If you're saving the world so you can conquer the world, yes, you're still a villain.
That's true.
Would you be invited to the supervillain pub, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another thing I did like, I almost forgot to bring this up. I do like how the Makuta are doing this for different reasons. They're the Makuta who believe that Makuta Pterodax. I still hate that Makuta isn't just his name, but they're Makuta who believe that Pterodax his plan is the way to go, and they're like, yeah, gung ho. But then there was like other people who were like, you know what, I'm just here to climb up the corporate ladder, bro. Like I honestly. This is just a 9 to 5 for me. I want to get as high as I can go, and this is just the way forward for me. And you have the other people who are like, either way, this is gonna. I know what Makuta's plan is. I know what Pterodax's plan is. Either way, we're dead anyway. So I'm just having some fun on the way out. So there's like no winning in it. If the Toa win, we're dead. If Makuta win, if Pterodax wins, we're dead. So I just want to be like have fun on the way out while we're going. So I do like the whole anticipation of what Pterodax's actual plan is. They're keeping it much of a mystery, but they're very much implying it doesn't really matter who wins this fight. Pterodax is going to win in the end. That's the implications. But it seems like the Toa are slowly catching wise to it. I think Pohatsu is the first one to be like, something's off about this. This feels like we're supposed to be doing this. Like, it feels like someone's guiding us to do this. So we'll see what it is. I really enjoyed this book. I highly recommend it. If you want to follow along with Bionicle Adventures, you can read it on Crosswire Geeks on the Biological Chronicle section, or you can listen to the audiobook version. Just type in Bionicle audiobooks on YouTube. There's a whole playlist, and you can follow the adventure along with me, starting from the beginning. And yeah, they recorded all the books on that channel, so you won't miss a single thing. So yeah, have fun.
Gotcha. But alrighty then. I guess with that, we should move on to the last topic of the night, audience. So, alright then. Moving on to the last one. We're talking about Wolverine Weapons of Armageddon announced. Okay, so yeah, this will be a required reading that's going to be building up to Armageddon Assembled, and it will be written by Chip Zdarsky. Yeah, I know. I know the irony that in the last topic about like a build up to Armageddon Assemble, I was kind of negative on, but here though, the fact that I'm seeing Nuke come back, I'm like, I guess I'm wondering if Armageddon Assemble is secretly just going to be a Captain America event in disguise now, because it seems like you're going to be bringing in a bunch of the super soldiers of his mythos. Let me see if I can read the proper description. Okay. The description for this is when an old acquaintance drags Logan into the search of a new abducted mutant subject, the terrifying methods of the defunct Weapon X program are revealed to be alive and well. Yeah, when exactly has the Weapon X program ever been dead? I'm just curious. As Wolverine follows the scent of the feral Tyler and the scent of his own trauma, he finds himself in a deadly race against a super soldier creating corporation called Prime Warrior, which has just hired a very familiar face, the fully armed and upgraded Nuke. Okay. Yalison?
Why they lying?
Okay, well, what's the lie?
We're acting like Nuke wasn't dead. They hired their brother's man back to life.
I mean, to be fair, this guy, I mean, he's an android, so they just always, he's almost like a stormtrooper at this point, you know? They always keep bringing a different adaptation of him back. He's a little LMD at this point, you know? So, yeah. At one point, you know, you had like a squadron of nukes, you know? He literally is the perfect soldier. You give him you upload a program to him, and he'll complete it to brutality setting, you know? I don't even think he ever needs the pills anymore. And I gotta admit, I do kind of like that they gave his body some scarring because, like, yeah, that's one thing that kind of like a little bit had me scratching my head. For a guy who's in the trenches and is as roughed up as Duke is, you know, whenever you see him shirtless, yeah, his body's pretty much baby smooth, man. Like, you know, Nuke doesn't seem like the guy who would ever get a wax or anything like that, you know. But here, yeah, you definitely see the scars he's gotten over the years, and he feels a little more jacked up, you know. So yeah, I expect to see some super soldiers be popping up, which means, hey, I might get to see Chip Zdarsky write a U.S. agent during this whole event, so that'll be a treat. If you write him good, Chip Zdarsky, I'll overlook what you did to John Walker in your Daredevil run. All right, so yeah. But yeah, I mean that's really all I have to say in this topic. Unless you guys have anything else to say.
No, I'm
Okay.
excited. I'm excited. It's just weird to think this like you said, it's everything is cap coded. So being like, oh, it's the Wolverine tie-in book. It's like,
Mhm.
why Wolverine here?
Well, you could loosely tie Wolverine back to Captain America since Captain America is what considered Weapon One in
No,
the.
I think that's my problem with them expanding Weapon X into Weapon Plus and just make it all one thing.
Yeah.
Because if you do like Weapon Plus, like all one, that's 34 weapons. If people don't know, 34 is the Gwen Stacy going bullshit.
Oh yeah.
You
You
have
still have.
Cap, Luke Cage, who was Weapon
Mhm.
9, technically. The stuff from Weapon 9 made Luke Cage.
Yep. Phantom
Wolverine,
X.
Phantom
Yeah.
X, Nuke, Weapon H. And then like four, like, Laura, everything. It's like, bro, there's so many people connected. I like how they just said, oh, we need the book to sell, just throw in Wolverine. That what it feels like.
I know, right? You know. So this might be so who knows? For all we know, Armageddon Assembled could be like coded for like the super soldiers of the Marvel universe
I
going
think that's
forward with them, you
concerning
know?
given what the origin boxes are. And you're telling me it's just 5 like super soldier things? I think it's kind of lame. I just think one needs to be in a perfect super soldier serum.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I want to know what Marvel's going to do with it.
Gotcha. Dude, I'm already expecting one of those boxes to contain Namor's DNA, dude. And you know what? I'm expecting like that to be given to a Hispanic person in 616 to fit in line with MCU synergy, you know?
What
So
about MCU synergy?
no, I'm just saying
Nothing.
like,
You're
you know,
done. You're cooked. You should have been here.
yeah,
Sorry,
you
I
should
was
have
working
listened to
on
us.
something very important. Okay.
Gotcha. But yeah, we're just talking about how like Armageddon Assembled seems like it's gonna be more coded as a Captain America event, really. You know, since we
Wow.
see Nuke is gonna be popping up, and dang, you know, it seems like a lot of the super soldiers are gonna be popping up. So yay! You know, hey, I might even get to see my old boy William Burnside pop up. Who knows? But yeah,
No, you're
and
not going to
then
see
who?
Patriot.
Oh boy. If this is a gateway to bring in Eli Bradley, go for it, you know? I mean, you gotta have some hope, you know? So, yep. Oh, yeah. That's really all I have to say. I am going to be picking this book up, not just because it has Nuke in it, but also because Chip Zdarsky is going to be writing it, and in Chip, we trust audience here. So,
And
yeah.
Chip, we dip.
There you go. That should be our tagline for talking about Chip Zdarsky. So, all right then. Yeah, we got through all the topics, audience.
We did.
So,
You
We
know
get
what?
to go to bed early today. Oh my god.
yay! There you go. I mean, I could finally have time today to play Dispatch.
It's true.
Tune in
Oh.
next week, audience, where we talk about it. Hooray.
Oh, new song. Hey yo.
Yeah, that's from Bionicle.
We'll start playing some One Tree Hill too.
No, that's Gravity Hurts by Cairo Shell.
That's how like the opening of One Tree Hill.
Oh, before we go, like apparently we got one last minute comment. By the way, apparently Bendis has returned to Marvel Comics after all. Oh boy.
That was the news I forgot when I talked about earlier.
Oh. Lord have mercy on us, audience.
Number 800, I believe.
So he ruined Superman for me, and then he got to go back to my eye.
And this isn't big news. We're not picking up this issue. I'm probably not going to read it. I don't trust Bendis as a writer. I don't trust current Bendis as a writer.
Yeah.
I definitely don't trust him coming in after everything Jet McKaden did to make the Avengers likable again.
Yeah. Oh man. We'll see where it goes. I'll probably pick up that first issue, but thanks for telling us that, Tevia. So
I did know about that, but I didn't send it to the thing because
I forgot to.
Gotcha. But all right then, audience. We'll catch y'all tomorrow when we do a comics. So see ya.